What's good, everybody? Welcome to a brand new year, 2017. Happy New Year, everyone. This is our first podcast of the year. We got a couple of things planned as far as year in review for 2016 coming up tonight. So I hope everyone enjoys. You got me, Twine at Divine Liberty of hoopjab.com, and we got our co-host on tonight from the Truth and Facts About Boxing. We got El Cuba Loca from Figueroa, Bo Gamboa, and we got his partner in crime, Bernard, a.k.a. Mr. Casual, the Fuckery, on.
No, hold on. It's Mr. Fuckery, a.k.a. the realest casual in the game. Now, you get that straight, homie.
Okay. We'll try to remember all that in the future.
As you should.
Also, we got our expert analyst on tonight. He couldn't make it with us last week. Glad to have you back on the show, man. But we got 2K from the guys of Boxing Talk. How's it going, man? How y'all doing?
We doing good, man. We doing good.
All right. That said, we gonna get this show under the wraps. Get it started. We got a couple of fights to review over the past week or so. Starting off with Artur Beterbiev. He had a pretty quick fight a couple days before Christmas. He knocked out his opponent in the first round. I'm not sure if any of y'all got to catch it or not. It wasn't much to review. But with that said, I'll go ahead and pass it on to Say to God. What were your thoughts on Beterbiev? Did you see any improvements in him since his layoff? Or what were your takes from the short fight?
I didn't see too much improvement. There's some stuff that he does do that I didn't really give him credit for before. I've gone on record saying that he's a bit robotic above the waist and below the waist. In this fight, I wouldn't say he was robotic below the waist. He was doing lateral movement.
He had a lot more better movement in this fight. I would agree with you.
Yeah, much better movement. It did look like he was using a lot of his whole body to move, though. I don't know how to explain that. Like, when a nigga's stiff and he's trying to move, but he's moving his whole body instead of just his hips or something like that when he's dancing, that's what it looked like to me when he was doing his lateral movement. He was using his whole fucking body. And that's a testament to his stiffness, which I do believe he still has on the upper body. He stands there. He's a bit too upright. I think the guy's name was Isidro, his first name. I can't remember.
Prieto.
Okay.
Isidro Prieto.
Okay, Isidro Prieto. He was throwing punches at Beterbiev, and Beterbiev was catching him. Now, it could have been the fact that Isidro just really wasn't that fast, and he's really a C- level fighter. But just in that particular fight, it looked like he did very well catching his shots on his glove and on his forearm. So I give him a little credit on that. And then, of course, the first knockdown, I wasn't too impressed with the second knockdown because he overwhelmed him. But the first knockdown, he was moving laterally to his right, and then he came back left. And as soon as Isidro let that left hand go, Beterbiev came over the top of that with a right hook, knocked him down. And I'm looking at this dude's power, and either Isidro is just, he's pretty, how do I say, he's faking the funk, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got hit and was like, damn, that hurt. I'm going to go ahead and act like, you know what I'm saying, I want to get the fuck out of this fight, which I don't think happened. Or Beterbiev really has power in both hands, you know what I'm saying? He knocked out Gabriel Campillo. He knocked out Tavoris Cloud. Tavoris Cloud had been beaten before by Adonis Stevenson, but that's probably the best guy on his resume, and he knocked him out in the second round. Adonis didn't do that to him. So it just seems like everybody he's touching, you know what I'm saying, they can't handle the power. And the reason why I say I don't think my first option is what really happened is because Isidro seemed genuinely pissed off at the end of that fight, looking as if he wanted to attack Beterbiev after he got knocked out. But as far as looking at him within the 175-pound landscape, man, I think he could be an excellent contender for anybody in that division. They're talking about Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. I was telling cats before, and I'll say it again, Beterbiev is just better fundamentally sound. He doesn't have great defense, but his defense is still better than Joe Smith Jr. He's a better puncher. He places his punches well. He throws better combinations than Joe Smith Jr. I think he would stop him within 6 rounds if that fight ever went down. But he's a good fighter, man. I'm interested to see what happens in the near future for him.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Bo. Let me get your follow up on what 2K was saying. As far as what do you think? As far as where does Arthur lay in the 175 landscape? Against the upper echelon fighters, against guys like Ward, Stevenson, and Kovalev. How does he fare against those guys at this stage of his career?
Against Ward or Stevenson, I can't talk, fellas.
Both.
I'll take it.
All right, I'll go ahead and go over to Bernard, man. I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and take it into the boat and get back on. What do you see him staying in the 175 landscape, especially, with guys like Joe Smith Jr. coming up, Sullivan Barrera's, pretty much back on the radar with his win over Shabransky recently. What do you see Beterbiev?
Well, I see Beterbiev being a contender within the light heavyweight division. I'm not saying, as right now, I would still like to see him go up against another solid contender, hopefully a Barrera, maybe even Joe Smith, because they both coming up. I would definitely like to see a Joe Smith versus Beterbiev matchup. 2 knockout artists. Basically want to see that matchup and see how they fare against each other. And hopefully the winner gets a title shot. Heck, I even would like to see Beterbiev against. I know it maybe do too early for it, but see him against Cleverly. I know Cleverly ain't the greatest thing, but let's see him against a contender, another contender as well. A champion too. Like probably I would have to say this, but the weakest of the champions out there right now. But I like to see him pretty much go against him.
I actually think Beterbiev beats Cleverly.
Me too.
So he probably can't handle the weak. I think he can't handle the weak link of the belt holders in that division. Just to piggyback also off of something 2K was saying, how Beterbiev came over the top on that first knockdown. That's something I haven't seen him do in the past. As far as him timing shots like that or being able to counter. So I was pretty impressed with seeing him do that because it seemed like it was something he was able to do fairly well against Prieto, even though it was a short fight. But that's something I haven't really seen him do in previous campaigns. So as far as the Joe Smith matchup, that's definitely an interesting one because Beterbiev's been knocked down before. So I definitely think they both have somebody's going out in that fight, man. Bottom line.
Yeah.
I definitely think Joe Smith has enough power to hurt Beterbiev. He's been down on the canvas before, as I mentioned. And, he's 11-0, 11 KOs, man. So the power in Beterbiev is real. So it is what it is with him, man. I definitely don't take anything away from the cat. I think he's kind of regressed as far as what they've been doing and bringing him up because, he was going against some pretty known names early, and he's kind of slowed down recently.
Quick question. Who's the guy that beat Chilimba on the Ward on the card?
Gavadzik.
Yeah, what about a matchup between him and Beterbiev?
I think better. I don't think that dude's a good fighter, man. Actually, in my opinion, I had Isaac Chilimba in that fight, and I know the judges didn't. I think that they had Gavadzik up by like four rounds by the time of the stoppage or whatnot. I think my co-host Seth actually had Chilimba winning by a round and shit by the time of the stoppage, and I know I had it a draw, and so did somebody else in the house that I was in that was watching the fight. I'm not impressed with. I'm not impressed.
I had it a draw too.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Alexander Gavadzik, man. There's a lot of things that he needs to work on. I think Beterbiev gets him out of there, man.
Okay.
Let's see if we got Bo back on yet. All right, so I guess we'll go on into our next topic until we could get Bo to chime in possibly. We had another couple fights taking place over the weekend, or recently, the past couple of days. Let me get y'all's take on this one, man, because I think this was pretty a pretty telling fight for me as far as being able to gauge something for me personally. I think it was a pretty telling fight. We had Naoya Inoue taking on Kohei Kono, defending his WBO belt. Won by 6-round knockout. I'll let TK start off with his analysis of the fight. Man, what did you see here? Improvements in the Inoue over the fight. Anything you noticed?
Well,
different.
It's kind of a double-edged sword with me. Number one, I will start off and say that he pretty much showed everybody why I have him at number 5 on my pound-for-pound list. This is another guy who was a multi-champion, another tough guy that had never been knocked out before, and Inoue went in there and put his lights out with ease, no fucking problem, as if everybody else that he's ever fought had no power in any of their punches. That's how he beat this guy. That's one side of it. The next side is I don't really see much improvement at Inoue. He's still kind of the same guy that dominated the dominating champion Omar Narvaez, dominated the dominating champion Adrian Hernandez, and now dominated Kohei Kono. You know what I'm saying? As far as the improvements needed to win a fight against a guy like Roman Gonzalez, given the styles, I still don't see that yet because I need him to move more. In this fight, he was standing still, and he was pretty much picking off shots and maybe moving his head a little bit to evade shots. And then he was getting drawn into the slugfest a lot, and he does that a lot in his fights. Actually, he gets drawn in the slugfest. But when he's moving, man, if he's moving laterally, it's kind of just like a side-to-side movement. There's no real technique to his lateral movement. But what he really does is he moves forward and he moves backwards. That's one thing I need him to improve on is his movement if he's going to fight a guy named Roman Gonzalez. But one thing I would say that he did that was fucking impressive, the first knockdown, my man was on his back foot. He's on his back foot, and he throws 3 left hooks. Now, he's an orthodox fighter, so his left hand is his weak hand. It's his lead hand, right? He throws 3 left hooks, and on the third one, he connects. He connected on all 3, but the third one really connected and put Kohei Kono, like, flat on his back to where my man's arms was hanging out the fucking ring and shit, bro. And this is a punch from his lead hand on his back foot. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there is true fucking power, fam. That shit you can't teach, you can't train it. So that is one thing that he has against a lot of guys in the division, like, you know, Roman Gonzalez, Carlos Cuadras, Kyle Yafai. But I need him to fight somebody that is Roman Gonzalez-esque, like a Juan Francisco Estrada, maybe a Derwin and Cajas, before I actually see him in the ring with actual Roman Gonzalez.
All right, we got Bo back on the line, so I'm going to let him chime in on this one next, man, as far as Inoue versus Kono. What did you like about the fight? And pretty much he's saying he's on the radar looking for once Chocolatito, or Tito, that's what I'm calling him from now on, Tito. That's who he wants, man, so let me get your take on that, Bo. Is he ready for him? What were your thoughts on the fight? What did you take away from it?
I liked everything I saw from Naoya. He was catching and shooting pretty good. He was rolling with the punches. He was counter-punching. He was his breathing was good. His technique was good. Even his footwork. The only thing I don't like, and I don't know if it was said earlier, I need him to do a little bit more head movement. He does this, what I call Joshua Cardi type thing, where he puts his hands up and just lets the other guy kind of punch at him a little bit. He goes to the body very, very good. One of the biggest things that I like about him is he does come forward and he's aggressive. Now, I will agree with 2K is he needs to fight someone like a Estrada or one of those type guys, that Roman Gonzalez-esque type guys, so we can see just, you know, will his style be good enough for Roman Gonzalez. But I do think that in this fight, to me, this fight, in my opinion, is where he may have turned the corner, because he was doing he just was doing a lot of good things. And the knockdown that he mentioned where he finally put him out of there. He hit him flush on the temple, and this dude just went back like boom, and it was like, that's it. So I see him making some noise. I still want to see him like maybe, I mean, you know, he's dominating the guys that haven't been dominated, but then again, that just goes to show how good he is. So we want to see him in there with some, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be a little bit, you know, a little bit more up the top of the food chain. But right now, in my opinion, it goes back to something that that 2K said earlier, and that is, if Roman Gonzalez is going to fight Inoue, he better do it now, because the way it's looking right now, he's starting to turn that fucking corner. And when he does, when this boy's IQ catch up with his skill, and his skill catch up with his IQ, it could be a problem for Roman Gonzalez, because this guy hits hard, and if Quadras was able to swell up Gonzalez's face, there's no doubt in my mind that Inoue would be able to do some damage to him. One other thing that he did good, he wasn't letting the guy grab him in this fight like the last fight, and he was keeping his distance. He was definitely keeping his distance, and every time he would get in, he was throwing them vicious, hurtful body shots. I just wish he would work a little bit more on his defense, move his head. But, yeah, I mean, it just goes back to what we said. This is a guy that doesn't have the typical Asian style of fighting. He's been watching some American dudes. I mean, he was going to the body like Mike McCullum. Like I said, he was catching and shooting like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, right now, like, he beats the lower tier guys. That's why, you know, an Estrada or even Quadras would be good to measure him up against right now.
All right, let me go ahead and get Bernard's sake. I know 2K thinks I knew he's not. Guy thinks he has some refining to do before he takes on Quadras. So, what are your thoughts on that fight as far as Inoue versus Chocolatito? My bad. What are your thoughts as far as Inoue taking on Chocolatito right now? Is he ready? Does he need a couple more fights before? Because that seems to be who he's after, and the only name that he's really targeting.
I'll say with both Bo and 2K's breakdown, I would say give him one or two more fights to set it up and see if Inoue makes any improvements in his game. And like you said, I do want to see him against a couple of top contenders to see where he's at as well, so we can see if he can go up against like the Gonzalez's, the Quadras, and the Estradas in that division. So hopefully, I would like to see that take at least like maybe one or two more fights before he gets Gonzalez.
Man, I think he's ready now, man. I know 2K was harping on the movement, you know, the lateral movement, but to me, I'm like a guy like Inoue. I don't think he respects Tito's power at 115, dog. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that, man. I don't think he minds the gunfight with the guy like Chocolatito, especially after seeing Quadras. I think it might have gave him some confidence to where he's like, yeah, I could take this dude out. So,
well, I'll say this: that's not a good thing, because Quadras did say that even though Gonzalez moved up in weight, his power is between a 7 and a 9. That's good for somebody who is smaller. So if he's gonna sit there and be like, well, I don't respect his power and hasn't been hit from him yet, that'd be a dumbass.
Yeah, but from a guy like, you know, Louis, that's you know, he's typically in some kind of exchange in all of his fights. You know, I could understand the lateral movement, because I think it would be good early on to try and start Chocolatito, you know, with some movement and, you know, make him work a little bit. But, you know, I honestly think with Inoue style, his speed, his timing, his jab is nice to me. Like, he actually used it in this fight. You know,
excellent.
He gets away from it in some of his fights, and he's stuck with it consistently here. I just really think he's ready for him. That's just my take. A lot of guys will say that he's not. Huh?
No, I'm saying it'd be a good fight. I want to see it.
Yeah, but I just think like you just been seeing like just the I guess the chinks in the armor coming off of Chocolatito, man, and like Inoue's just there for the taking, man. I don't know, it's just something about it. You just see it there right now with him. What do you guys think about him matching up against the other guys? What do you guys think about his matchups against the other guys, though, as far as like Juan Francisco Estrada? That's a pretty interesting fight between him. I think that fight is more interesting between him and Inoue than the Chocolatito fight, actually. What do you think about that fight, 2K? El Gallo Estrada versus Inoue. Like, I think that's a better matchup personally.
And that's actually what I said. That's what I said earlier. I need him to fight Francisco Estrada or maybe a Jerwin Ancallas. Ancallas had just beat McJoe Arroyo, gave him his first loss, and he's the new IBF champion right now at 115. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he should fight. I probably would go with Estrada over Ancallas, and that's just because if we're actually looking for a Gonzalez showdown in the near future, then a guy like Estrada is probably the best opponent to get him ready for somebody like a Gonzalez and later on in 2017. So, yeah, I love that fight, man. And you know, Estrada's going to bring relentless pressure, and we'll see how Inoue responds to that in that fight.
All right, and just an update on Chocolatito. He doesn't seem, well, he's willing to take the rematch, but with Quadras, but it's going to take some top dollar from HBO to do it. So, as far as him fighting any of these top guys at 115, it's going to take a pretty penny. You know, it's looking like he's going to start taking the mandatory route, you know, as far as what I've been seeing lately. The Quadras rematch, not looking too good right now. So it's looking like he's going to have to face his mandatory, which is no problem. You know, he's taken on a lot of top guys, a lot of good guys recently. So to me, I think he kind of deserves this kind of a break in opponents. Speeds us to our last review of the week for the fights that just recently occurred over the weekend. In Japan, we had Jezreel Corrales defeating Takashi Uchiyama in their rematch by split decision over there. I'll go ahead and I'll let Bo start on this one. What were your thoughts on this fight as far as the decision? Some people thought it was controversial. A lot of weird things happened in the fight personally, I thought. What were your thoughts on it, Bo, as far as the breakdown? Were you happy with the decision? Was it a fair decision to you?
I was happy with the decision. I actually thought it was a fair decision. Like I told you, I scored the fight, 8-4. I could see people saying 7-5, 115, 113. That one knockdown, in my opinion, really wasn't a knockdown. I think it was a matter of just bad foot placement. He kind of tripped. I didn't get a chance to see it full screen, but that's what, because it didn't look like that punch landed exceptionally hard. But the ref called it nonetheless. I definitely thought Corrales faded in the championship rounds a little bit. But the beginning, but the first, 4 rounds, he was kind of dictating pace. He was kind of controlling. He was keeping that jab. He was switching, southpaw to conventional style. He was going to the body. It does look like he was trying to, since he knocked him out the first time, which it does, in my opinion, look like because he was whiffing them hooks. So it looked like he was trying to catch him with something big. And maybe Uchiyama was expecting that, so that's why he got off at a slow start. But I didn't have a problem with that decision. I do want to say that I remember when I first looked at this, I was looking at Corrales and as a possible. I said, he'd be a good measuring stick for, Mikey Garcia. He'd be a good measuring stick for some of the other guys in the division, like Lomachenko. But what I saw last night, I don't know, man. I think Sosa get with him, and because Sosa holds the WBA, what is it, like the WBA regular belt or something like that. So that'll be an interesting fight, in my opinion. But I didn't have a problem with that decision. I just think Umanasha just should have got off faster than what he did. He waited too long to get started in the first half of the fight, and Corrales was able to win some of those. So I didn't see it as being controversial, but now I can definitely see, I was okay with them announcing a split decision. I could see people feeling, maybe he might have won it, but I didn't think it was a bad call, and I was cool with that decision.
Yeah, it seems to happen in boxing. Anytime you get a split decision, you get shit like this happening, man, between the critics and all that, man. 2K, what were your thoughts on this the rematch, man, between Corrales and Uchiyama?
Yeah, you need to go look at your damn messages, boy. I was telling you I missed that fight, so I didn't see it.
Okay.
But the only thing that I did see was the actual judges' scores, and based on the actual scorecards, you got one that's 113, 114 for Uchiyama, and then another judge had 117, 110, and then the other one 115, 112, and the fight was actually in Japan. It kind of tells me that he probably won. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. He probably won by a wider margin, in my opinion. It probably should have been a unanimous decision, just based off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should have been a unanimous decision.
It definitely should have
been a unanimous decision. But that 117, that was a bullshit scorecard. I ain't even lie. That was a bullshit scorecard.
That was too high then? That was too
Yeah. In my opinion, it was too high. Like it's 116, 112, 115, 113, cool. But 17, I'm like, nah, because there are a lot more rounds you could have gave Ominashi than that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you watch that fight around about the 8th or 9th round, man, I'm real talk. Corrales started fucking fading. He started fading. You know, and like I said, it looked like, and I could be wrong, and Bernard and then
you throw in that 10-8 round, you know, the flash knockdown.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. That's where the whole controversy with people comes in, is that, you know, the fade late in that. So, you know. Go ahead, Bo.
No, just did that, and then like I said, if you get a chance to watch it, you'll see that it did look like Corrales was coming out in those first 3 rounds looking to really like knock him out, because he was able to knock him out the first time, and Ominashi was being cautious of that. That's why he won the first half of that fight. But once he started getting tired, around by the 8th or 9th round, you know, Ominashi started coming on, man. And he actually, besides the knockdown, he hurt him. I believe like in the 10th round or 11th, he had him hurt. So that's why I say that 117 scorecard, no, that I didn't like that card. Bernard might agree with it, which is cool, but I didn't think it was that wide a margin if you factor in the knockdown.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and pass it over to Bernard. What were your takes on this fight with Corrales and the rematch? And also, I want to get your take on your assessment of him falling in the 130 right now, based off of this fight.
Well, Corrales and Uchiyama. Corrales came out the gate, again, first 4 rounds, aggressive. What I noticed what he did with Uchiyama is he nullified Uchiyama's right hand, lead right hand. He wasn't throwing that right hand in that whole fight. And he probably caught him a couple times later in the later rounds, but majority of that fight, all you can see Uchiyama using was that jab. But Uchiyama's jab wasn't even effective. Corrales was coming in, popping in and out. There was a lot of holding in this match on Corrales' part because he kept jumping in. And there were times Uchiyama would hold him as well. But Corrales stuck to the plan, kept hitting him. Okay, yeah, flash knockdown. We're going to give that round to Uchiyama. But that flash knockdown kind of gave Uchiyama something to go off by, which he ended up winning the 6th round, in my opinion. Now, like I said, me and Bo disagree. I felt that Uchiyama may have maybe one or 2 more rounds after that, but I wouldn't see the 117 being a bad scorecard. Now, it being the split decision, no, it was clearly a unanimous decision on the fight going to Corrales. You said who's in the 130-pound division?
How do you see him matching up against guys like Lomachenko right now?
No.
Hell no.
I'm telling you, Sosa, I believe right now Sosa will give him more than what he's asking for right now.
No, let me say this. Corrales, even though he was coming out of the game, he was aggressive. To me, he was sloppy. Very sloppy. Maybe, Bo, you
that's something that's already known about Corrales, too.
Okay, he constantly had his hands down. He had his, he was southpaw. He had his right hand down. Constantly, throwing a jab, but he wasn't bringing it back to the face to cover up the jab coming from Uchiyama. He was real sloppy, man. It just doesn't mean no. Hell no.
Well, no, he was sloppy. He was sloppy B because he got fucking tired from trying to knock that motherfucker out in the first 4 rounds, man. He was wild.
Even in the first round, even in the first 4 rounds, he came out of the gate, but it wasn't like it was like he at one point he let both of his arms down, like in a sense like he was being real cocky, trying to get Uchiyama to do something, but Uchiyama didn't do anything. So no.
Yeah, that's true. So
no, hell no. Not when Chico whoop his ass, Sosa get rid of him. No, man. No, not with that.
That's actually what I was gonna ask you guys, but I was talking this shit while I was on mute. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask him, was he? Like, I kept talking. I was like, why the fuck these niggas talking over me and shit? But I was gonna ask if he was being wild, because that was one of the biggest things that I saw in the first fight, where I was like, oh man, and if he, I just really believe Uchiyama walked into the first fight like, this is just some motherfucker, the WBA ranked high. I'm about to knock this nigga out. He only has 19 wins and 7 knockouts. I'm about to knock this motherfucker out. So when he went in there and got caught pretty much in the temple, he was hitting the temple. He was hitting the damn spot, below the ear and the back of the jaw. He was hit almost everywhere except the liver in that first fight. But when he got hit in the temple the first time, that really fucked up his strategy in that first round. And that's when in that second round you saw him come out and try to use more of the jab and try to use more of his IQ, the same IQ that he used to beat guys like Takashi Miura early in his career. So that's what I was wondering in this fight. Did he still be the same Jezreel Corrales, and was Takashi Uchiyama a smarter fighter?
I think he was a smarter fighter. He just waited too long to get going.
Yeah. That's the best way to sum it up right there. That was probably the best way to sum it up right there.
I felt like he didn't. He kind of let Corrales take the pace. Corrales not that hard. Uchiyama just, like I said, he didn't get nothing going until after he got that flash knockdown. In the 6th round, he came up, but he didn't keep his foot on the gas to keep going. I mean, he let off. He let off, in my personal opinion. So,
So he was pretty tentative coming out. I don't know if it was about being knocked out the way he was, in the first fight that had him kind of tentative against this guy, especially as wild as Corrales can be in there. So that ultimately was the best way. What Bo said, I definitely agree, was the best way to sum it up right there. I don't know, is the WBA is going to push that unification or not? We've been seeing them do that, or trying to push the unification bouts, but that's definitely an interesting fight right there. Sosa's definitely on the rise. He's been improving, getting better each fight, So I'd definitely be willing to watch that one. And Corrales definitely can't afford to be as sloppy as he is against Sosa, because Sosa definitely can counter him with something. But that's definitely an interesting fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that one. The WBA putting that one on the docket, for a unification belt. That leads us to our next topic. Jim Lampley recently on his episode of the Fight Game did a little segment about the pay-per-view model, and he basically shitted on it, which is nothing wrong with that because it's pretty much a dying model. But he was.
I disagree.
No, at the same time, he's pretty much. I don't know if it was his way of kind of trying to put his foot on HBO's neck about some of the shit going on over there. Because it almost felt like a slap in the face to HBO. His own network. What was said in the segment. It was really about the pay-per-view model, and what he really concluded with was that, the premium channels need to step it up as far as what's going on. Well, with that said, in the article that I was reading about this, HBO only has one televised fight on their premium channel as of now. And this, with the new year already in play, budget already set, they only have one fight on the docket for next year, which is the rematch between Vargas versus Salido, I believe. And the other 2 fights they have are pay-per-view fights. Showtime has a pretty stacked card for 2017 already. So let me get your thoughts on that as far as, I'll start with Bo on this one as far as his thoughts on the dying pay-per-view model. And also, as far as Lampley's comments, do you think that was him trying to put pressure on HBO, saying that the premium channels need to step up their coverage?
Yeah, you know what? When you put it like that, yeah, definitely. I think this is his way of trying to send a message to the top brass that, we can't go by this model anymore, pay-per-view. But the problem that Jim Lampley has to look at is that the reason why is because you guys built the model to the point to where you're no longer giving a shit about your regular programs by putting fights on regular TV because of Bernard posted an article about, the money factor. You guys, like HBO, have already, pretty much said themselves and condemned themselves to the fact of, hey, if we can't pay a certain amount for fights to be on regular television, then, y'all going to have to figure out what you're going to do with it. And that's pretty much where we're at because, you get people who say stuff like, well, 3G and Jacobs got to be pay-per-view because of the money that Jacobs wants. Bullshit. No, it don't. It don't have to be pay-per-view because of that. That's, what I'm saying? Like, that's bullshit to me as far as, because when you're talking about fights that you can have on regular television for us to see, a Crawford versus Poster, even though it was pay-per-view, that was a regular televised fight. So it's a model that they built, that they went all in on, because at that time they had the horses for that. But now they don't have the horses anymore. So, it's one of them things where they're trying to scramble to figure out what they want to do. And I say this all the time. What they didn't do in boxing was, because he tried to indicate the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight hurting the pay-per-view market. And although some of that may be very well true, the fact of the matter is there are too many ways you can watch a fight now without paying for it. Okay? The only way you get $400,000 or $500,000 is like they do over in the UK because those pay-per-view fights are only $22, $25. So if you got a fight, and I got all these multiple ways to stream a fight, jailbroken devices. You look on Facebook, you see cats streaming fights, 20K people watching them, 40K people watching them. So there are too many ways to watch a fight now without paying for it, and that's really what's killing it is that technology that we don't got to pay for them no more to watch them. But I will give him this, though. I do agree with him when he's saying that they're going to have to look and change their model if they're trying to do something going forward, because Showtime only got into the pay-per-view model when they had the fighters that they felt was worth doing it for, and when they didn't get into it, but they always maintained a model for regular televised TV like Showbox and the Super 6 and stuff like that. So that's why they're able to have these stack cards, pay these guys $1.5, $3 million fights, and we can watch them on regular television versus HBO.
Okay, pretty good take, pretty good analysis on that one right there. Let me get your partner in crime, Bernard, to piggyback or follow up on anything. What are your thoughts as far as where Lampley was really going with his message?
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. You
said elaborate.
No, I disagree. You said that Lampley's trying to push HBO to what again?
The kind of put pressure on HBO to get back on their shit, basically, man. Because as I was saying, they only have one fight set up this year.
Here's the thing, though. I can see that to an extent, but in a way, I don't agree with it because the same article we talked about the money. HBO basically saying right now is we're not paying for fights that are quality. That's what I'm getting it because. This is what you're basically saying. HBO saying, if you read the article that I posted in our Facebook group that Bo just mentioned, if they put the fights on HBO, HBO makes at least 10% of the revenue from that fight. So that's why, really, I think I don't think Jim Lampley is, what's the word? It's a double-edged sword, I want to say, that HBO is going to make money with the revenue, but at the same time, he wants HBO as well to, like you said, give back and start posting quality fights. But if you ain't going to post no quality fights on the channel, we just going to end up, we're not paying for it. We're going to make y'all pay for it, the promoters, and we're going to make money off the back end from it. to the revenue, which is 10%.
Yeah, and it was kind of something I alluded to in the, I guess one of the topics we did a couple weeks back, that HBO has a numbers game won, basically, man, and they could get away with a lot of shit. Basically, is what we saw was indicative from the Crawford-Molina, the week of the Crawford-Molina fight, and J-Rock versus Charlo. You know, the numbers game is already won, so they have a high leverage position where they could get away with some bullshit like this right now, man. I'll say it's a detriment to the sport right now because, like I said, they could put on a lot of fights, you know, and with them saying they want to put on the best quality fights, why the fuck did we have Crawford versus Molina? You know, that was nothing we needed to see, you know, personally. I wanted something they wanted to do just to have something on there. But, you know, they could invest in other ways, like Bo was saying, go back to its HBO Boxing After Dark model and bringing up these guys again. Like, they can invest in other ways. So I kind of think Lampley was putting pressure on them with what he was saying. Go ahead.
But I got to say this. Bo, you want to say something? Because I was going to come from a different...
No, all I was going to say is, let's also remember this. HBO has always been able to benefit from the pay-per-view fights with the in large numbers, as to where with the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, they only made $9 million out of a $500 million fight. So that can definitely make you, you know what I'm saying, kind of adjust your budget. When you don't, with $500 million, you only make $9 million, because it seems like ever since that, they haven't been willing, you know what I'm saying, to like really press the issue as far as boxing is concerned. So go ahead.
No, but let me say this. Actually, to commit a correction, it's Francisco Vargas versus
Orlando Salido.
No, it's that featherweight, super featherweight title holder, Mexican Miguel Burchell, after dark.
Oh, okay.
And then the undercard is Miura versus
Salido. Is that the one versus Salido?
Miguel Roman.
Oh shit, I'm all off. Okay.
Yeah. So no, you got to understand too, though. I think people need to understand. HBO's in competition with Showtime, not Showtime as well as the PBC with free TV, with fights being brought on free TV. So they're looking at that as well. And then it's not like this. This is also too, though. You want, as much as you want to hold you hold the HBO accountable, which I do agree. The HBO needs to hold accountable those promoters that have their fights on HBO to promote, to get bigger fights. Because that means if you ain't going to have no big fights, then fine, then we'll push it. We're either going to push y'all to pay-per-view, or we're going to do like they did. They're going to do like they did to Manny Pacquiao, cut your contract off and you go stream it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, it's pretty much what I'm seeing is shit rolling down here. HBO is going to end up basically shit's going to roll downhill to the promoters. Golden Boy and you already seen they did it with Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao. Expect to see more of it.
Okay. It's just sad because we need to. HBO has the numbers game locked up, so that's why I was like they're a viable outlet as far as getting boxing out there. For them to only have one card on the docket so far for the first quarter, and this is with budgets being set already, nothing else in play. You know, it kind of makes me kind of worried, you know, as far as what's to come for the rest of the year, you know, because there's only a couple other fights that they really want to make, and those are probably going to end up on pay-per-view too, you know, as far as Canelo versus Triple G, if that shit even happens. I'll pass it on to TK. I know he generally don't care about this kind of shit with the networks and all that. He's strictly a meat and potatoes guy, you know, with the boxing. You know, he likes the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's his shit. What are your thoughts as far as what Lampley is saying? Do you think it's him putting pressure on HBO to get back to business, or, you know, is it him just criticizing the boxing in general right now?
Well, I don't think he criticized boxing in general, because he added in Showtime as another network that should actually have fights as well, on pretty much on their premium network and not on pay-per-view. So I think he was, what you said, I think he was actually trying to put the heat on HBO, because like I said before, if people really pay attention to boxing as much as we all do, then it's as much as you don't want to pay attention to the business logistics, it just happens to come across your desk. You know what I'm saying? And over the past 2 years, it was easy to see that HBO was going downhill. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jim Lampley, who has a job with HBO, is like, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm not trying to lose my job. You know what I'm saying? It's really, honestly, to me, that's what the fuck it boils down to. That's why he's putting pressure on him. Hey, we need to put more of these boxing matches on premium cable so we could keep this shit going. You know what I'm saying? So he's got his show on there. Let's say, because this is what I heard not too long ago, HBO is really thinking about moving away from showing boxing on their channel altogether, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I believe his show will follow suit pretty goddamn soon right after that. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Why have it on if ain't no boxing on your channel?
Exactly. So he's not trying to lose that shit. That's why he's like, hey, hold up. Y'all motherfuckers need to start putting this boxing shit back on here because I got a lot invested in this. My goddamn career is invested in this. And to be honest with you, I don't see Showtime hiring a motherfucker like Jim Lampley because none of them agree with him.
No, hell
you know what I'm saying? So if he loses here, he gonna have to do what Larry Merchant does and go over to the fucking UK and fuck with Steve Bunce and all them cats because ain't nobody gonna hire him here. So I think he's putting pressure on HBO. He's trying to lose the position.
And that's limited by Larry Merchant because they prefer Paulie.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Paulie doesn't get along with Larry Merchant like that. So, I mean, to be honest with you, as a whole, I agree with what he's saying about the whole pay-per-view model. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather's gone. There is no pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker's been failing since. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
there is no pay-per-view. Put the goddamn fights on fucking television like what PBC is doing. Shit, man. Get on board with shit. That's what they need to do.
It just needs to be better logistics with it, period, man. Like, if they're going to continue to keep pushing this shit, work out the logistics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I remember Don King was the king of pay-per-view because you could watch fucking the top motherfucking fights from top to bottom on that card, and it'd be like no more than $34 or something like that, maybe back in the day, and it wasn't no HD option for $10 more, and
got inflation. They ain't going. They still got to stick it with the economy, fam. So you ain't gonna get no damn boxing matches for $30. The economy doesn't even allow that.
I mean, if you put on a solid 3-card fight, and I mean, it ain't got to be even a bet. The main event just got to be solid more than anything. Because now, when you see pay-per-views, you be seeing the undercard is better than the fucking main event of the pay-per-view.
But Twan, remember the Ward Kovalev fight? Reportedly, they was going to try to charge $50 for it, and Murphy was like, nah, y'all ain't doing that one. Y'all ain't gonna do that shit. But you can't do that. And like that's the 2K point about that inflation. They tried to do it, which is why. Now to your point about that stat card, that's why Eddie Hearns is a genius because the Anthony Joshua Molina card you could say was some bullshit, but that fucking undercard was motherfucking awesome.
Hey.
You don't get that no more. You got to think the pay-per-view model in the UK, they're paying no more than $15-20 for a pay-per-view card over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, is something viable. It is something to the logistics.
Because the pay-per-view is also free with your prescription, though. That's how Xbox has it.
Yeah. That's correct, Bo. I agree with you 100%, and then I agree with what Twan just said about the how much they're charging them. But this is the thing that you guys aren't thinking about. The UK has better boxing followers than the American.
True. Very true.
They follow fuck that comes out of the UK. You put it on Sky Sports, they will watch it.
Yeah, very true. Everything sells out. Everything is packed there. You know what I'm saying? So that is true.
That's just not the UK though, guys. That's all over Eastern Europe. The Inoue fight was sold the fuck out. The Povetkin fight, even though Duhopper's fight was sold the fuck out. That's
right.
But I actually almost got into it with Devon over this shit the other day. You know, as far as the whole boxing dying thing. Boxing is strong everywhere else but here. You know, and that's it's an American problem. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We need to get on our shit.
I don't think it's dying here.
I think it's just it's an American problem as far as what's going on here. Everywhere else is fucking well, alive, and prospering. You know.
See, if you look at PBC, that tells me boxing is not dying. I could care less about pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. The only motherfuckers that care about pay-per-view are businessmen that are actually profiting from the fucking pay-per-view. If you're looking at it from a fan standpoint like you should be, it's not dying. PBC has clearly showed that boxing is not dying. Come on now. Like, damn.
A perfect example of that is how many people was complaining. Look at who was complaining when Earl Spence made $6 million. It wasn't the fans that was tripping about that, talking about something, he benefited from this. But no, it was like 2K said, the business people. Like Dan Raphael said, was trying to tell you, he benefited from it being on the Olympics and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't the fans. I mean, you had some, but the majority of the people that was talking, trying to debunk that Spence number, was mostly, like you said, businessmen or motherfuckers with agenda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very true. I don't know if you guys saw this over the past couple of days or not. Your boy Bo.
He goes, your boy.
Motherfucking Gamboa. This nigga can get into a this motherfucker can get into a goddamn street fight in the gym.
I'm driving in a bad area. I have reception problems.
Gamboa Judah. Gamboa Judah.
This motherfucking Gamboa can get into a street fight inside the gym, but he can't keep his damn fight that he can get paid for. Like, what the hell is going on with your mans, man?
I had Yuriorkis Gamboa losing that fight 117-111. That's just my...
Yo, me and 2K broke that fight down, man. We broke that fight down.
Man, look.
I had it 116-112.
Fight didn't take place. The fight that he was supposed to have didn't take place because didn't dude get arrested like the day before the fight or some shit like that?
I don't know. I thought it was something with Gamboa.
No, the guy got arrested.
Okay. Yeah, his opponent got arrested.
His opponent got arrested.
So Gamboa, we're looking for another opponent.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
his opponent got arrested like the day before the fight. Got arrested.
Steroids with Gamboa.
PEDs. Hey, Bo, it was steroids and PEDs, right?
Yep. Got arrested. So.
Yep. So
Gamboa had to fight somebody, but that shit, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was some stupid shit, man. You're a professional fighter. He could have hurt his hand. You're not supposed to. Anybody that fight.
What was he gonna hurt his hand on? Nigga didn't land a punch, and then he smothered his own punches.
No, he got an uppercut in. He
got some body shots. You see them body shots, man?
Yo, what did 2K say? Shout out to my man with the footwork who dodged around the punching bag.
Exactly. You see the footwork on my nigga? That nigga had around and shit like he was doing a Michael Jackson dance, nigga. My man, whoever that was in Gamboa's camp, that shit was a clear-cut, unanimous decision victory. You know,
man, bullshit. I saw it 116-112 Gamboa. I like that body work he was doing. I like that footwork movement. His ground awareness was perfect. He spent dude around that bag. I had a 116-112.
He wasn't effective in the clinch early on, though. You know.
Hey, Gamboa threw out that weak jab. My man came back with a straight right, and that was kicked it off, man.
And then on top of that, I gave him 5 points for the muff in the face when he muffed those boys. That's extra 5 points for the muff.
That was a 10-5 round. That shit don't even exist, nigga.
Yeah, but continuing on your boy Gamboa, man. He ain't really been too active, and shit. Another thing, he was over by 2 pounds. With that fight anyway. So it was a whole bunch of madness with that fight anyway. Like, it wasn't just the dude's team with the PEDs. Like this nigga Gamboa was over 2 pounds overweight. He ain't been active, and now they talking about him fighting motherfucking Lomachenko this year. It's just always something weird. What do you guys think about Gamboa in his career, and would that be like a fucking, like, are they putting him out the pasture trying to make him fight a guy like Lomachenko right now? Like, given a couple fights, and him being busy, I'd like to see it, but I'm just like, now, is it something like a viable option? Like, is that a fight you guys really want to see him take?
Go ahead, Bo.
No, it's not a fight I want to see him take. Listen, TK and them talked about this on this show. Gamboa made a bad decision going with 50 Cent of SMS.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he made a bad decision with that. Now he's stuck in that.
That seems to be the Cuban problem, man. Like, they
hold on, motherfucker. Hold on, motherfucker. Wait a minute.
Aaron Ladder's the only one that seemed to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Gonzalez seemed to get it right. Picos, Sullivan Moreno. Hold on now. Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Just because you got one or two very skillful, exceptionally talented fighters making semi-bad decisions does not mean that all of them are making bad decisions. Okay, so, I'm going to need you to correct that. Otherwise, I'm going to come at your doorstep, and me and you going to have some work.
La mayoría is making bad decisions, man.
But man, if he fights Lomachenko after being out, it's not a fight that I want to see him take. I can understand him taking it, if from the money aspect factor of it, but it's not a fight that he can take. As far as laying him out the pasture, I'll be honest with you, I thought the laying out the pasture fight was when he fought Terrence Crawford, because he went up in weight for whatever reason he should not have done. Went up in weight and fought a bigger man as far as weight-wise and height-wise. He gave a good account for himself, but I looked at that as kind of out, throwing him out the pasture type of a fight. Because what has he done since that fight? Gamboa is what, 33, 34? His opportunity for a fight that he should have got, which is why that weight game that they play is when they was trying to match him up against Wama, and they was trying to wait that fight out to make it build, but Salido fucked that plan up. So right now, so go ahead. Okay.
No, I agree with you. I kind of, even though he had been campaigning, he had one fight before Terrence Crawford at a lightweight. He fought Darlis Perez. But still, even with that fight under his belt, I still thought that it was kind of crazy throwing him in there with Terrence Crawford. But I supported the fight. Given Gamboa's skill set, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could have layoffs, man, and he would still fight close to 100%, even with layoffs. He's that skilled. So I wasn't too worried about it, but it was in the back of my head that Terrence Crawford fight was a little too heavy. But he's actually 35 years old. He just turned 35, December 23rd.
Hey, with the Cuban record system, he might be 37, 38.
That's true.
That's why. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. That's Sonny Liston.
That's why Bo's really Viejo, because that nigga talking about he ain't old. He older than he really gonna say he is, old Cuban motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's that Sonny Liston shit right there. I don't know the nigga age. But he, this is the Lomachenko way as of late, Let's throw a guy in there who hasn't fought in 2 years. Fuck it. Lomachenko will fight him, and he'll be a big name, and we'll give him all the credit. Sick of this shit, man. Get this nigga a fucking tune-up first. Maybe one, maybe even two. Then put him in there with Lomachenko. Then we can actually give Lomachenko the credit we want to give him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Not going to give him fighting a guy who has not fought since fucking December of 2015. And then he's had all these promotional problems. You see he's having problems in his camp with this fight in his camp recently. I'm not going to give Lomachenko credit for fighting him 2 years later or a year and a half later, and he beats him. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What Lomachenko should do, fight fucking Orlando Salido again. Do that again. You know what I'm
and
saying?
that speaking on that actually looks like it's not. That's actually looking like that fight ain't even gonna happen, man. That shit is done. Yeah, that's just done. Salido's team is trying to get the Mura rematch. Not Mura, but Vargas. They're looking to get that rematch contingent on what happens in this fight coming up.
Well, remember Lomachenko said
that Lomachenko fight ain't happening, and I guarantee you it has something to do with money as well.
Of course.
You know,
remember when Orlando Salido said, "I'll fight Lomachenko again. You guys got to pay me more in the second fight than the first." It was the manager of Lomachenko that said, "Fuck Orlando Salido. We don't need him." You know, because remember he had that draw with Vargas. He pretty much said fuck him. So
it's like they act like Orlando and his fans. They act like Orlando Salido did not beat him.
Didn't beat him, exactly.
They act like it didn't happen. Like, what the fuck, nigga? He lost. Look at his record. The nigga's what, 9-1? Why? Because he fucking lost. Get this nigga his money. Sick of this shit, man. That's all they do, bro. It's fucking these fans. They like I said, with GGG fans, GGG could announce that he's getting ready to fight a big-ass piece of shit in his next fight, and the fans will do whatever they can to let us know that that big piece of shit is an elite fighter. Same shit with Lomachenko now. We're seeing the same thing now, man. Like, come on, dude. Like, if you support him fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa after all the problems that Yuriorkis has had recently, right, and should have over the last 2 years, we can say over the last 2 years, all the problems that he's had, right, with no fucking tune-ups, fighting a guy at Lomachenko's level. Lomachenko is a fucking excellent fighter. This is not the type of fight you should want as a fan of Lomachenko. Damn.
Yeah, very true, man. And it's starting to become a nature of habit. It looks like it's
but it's not.
Something that's
but
repetitious.
let's make something clear to people listening. It's not the fault of Lomachenko. We're talking about his team, the move his teams are making. It's not.
Very good distinction, Bo. Very good distinction, Bo. Very good.
I just see he's an excellent fighter. He's a good fighter, a very good fighter. I want to see him in there with other very good fighters who are 100% on their game, not on niggas.
Not on the business. Yeah, not being pressured in the shit for business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Lomachenko would have probably beat Walters, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, But you got to make it fair. This motherfucker been out of the ring a whole year and, was kind of pressured. This motherfucker put his ass on timeout behind that shit. And so, like, come on. You got to be able to read between the lines with these things, people. Like, shit, don't be that goddamn naive. We grown here. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get y'all's thoughts on this. Another thing that's been coming up, around some of the forums lately. I don't even know how to fucking say this one because it's kind of funny. I saw a meme about it earlier. Canelo Chavez, wait.
Oh, my God.
Can I take this one, please?
I'm about to hang up.
Hey!
Can I take this one, please? Can I take this one, please?
You got it.
All right, let me go ahead and finish announcing the topic, man. We got pretty much. It's looking like it's coming to fruition, man. It's really close to happen. I won't say long awaited. A fight that's way past due. Should have happened a long time ago when it was really feasible. Canelo versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. at 165. Bo, go ahead and I'll let you go on your rant, man, because I know you want to set it off on this one. I ain't gonna break you. I ain't gonna interrupt you or nothing. So go ahead and let it go.
You cannot spell casuals without the L. Here's the motherfucking problem that you have with this fight. Now, remember that short time frame when Canelo was the middleweight champion? Then he wanted to fight. He wanted to acclimate to the weight by fighting a welterweight.
Yep.
Then he decided, well, fuck it, I don't want the belt, so he drops the belt. But he says he's going to continue negotiation and acclimate to the weight, and he fights. He goes to 154, wins the belt 154. Then he says, man, it might be my last fight at 154, so, I'm going to have to make a move. And he goes to 165 pounds because acclimating to 160, his body weight ready to acclimate to 160. It looked like it wasn't ready to acclimate to 168, so we said, fuck it, we'll do 165, which is what I call the Can Chavez weight class division, which is why they're fighting. Now, let's keep it clear. This is a money grab. Of course, it's a money grab. All right, you got Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who, by the way, is if he don't test positive for pot or high cholesterol sugar or high corn syrup, whatever the fuck it is he be doing, then maybe this motherfucking fighter go goddamn down. But the reality of it is, this is just to make us wait for when they're finally going to go ahead on and give us the 3G fight, if they ever give it to us, because I feel like this move just tells me one thing that we've all known, which is Oscar De La Hoya, when he said we're going to give you the best fight you want to see, he was full of shit. And if you go by when Oscar first spoke on the fight game, he said the Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez fight, I'm going to let that fight marinate. I learned that from my good friend Bob fucking Arams, and that's exactly what the fuck this is. This is nothing more than to make us wait, hoping that this fight be a big fight, because it really truly is the last of the big fights. Whoever loses this fight, like if he gets knocked out, Canelo gets knocked out, well, it's going to be hard to sell Canelo. That's what they think. If Gennady Golovkin is knocked out, well, you can't sell him no more as a destroyer. Again, that's what they think, because those of us that motherfuckers want to make fun of and call us hardcore and purists, we remember when you got knocked out and didn't get knocked out, motherfuckers still supported you in your next goddamn fight because you did what? You put on a hell of a fucking show. But the reality is, this is nothing more than a business move. It's a joke, in my opinion. The move that they're making with Canelo Alvarez's career is the most asinine shit I've ever seen in my motherfucking life, because you got a guy like Roman Gonzalez. Why aren't you putting some of that machine behind this dude? He ain't going to drop his fucking belt. He don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say to him. He's going to fight. You got Jojo Diaz, an up-and-coming guy. Put some shit behind him. They're fully invested in Canelo. Oscar De La Hoya is treating Canelo Alvarez like he's his fucking daughter, and he don't want to see this motherfucker get hurt. That's really how I equate this shit. But, the Canelo fans is going to support this shit. Henceforth, I've been arguing with motherfuckers all day about this. They're going to support this shit. Why? Because that's all they know how to fucking do. They don't see no wrong in it. It's bullshit. Julio Cesar Chavez may not even be able to make 160 motherfucking five. Are you kidding me? He may not even make 160 motherfucking five. So, like I said, man, it's a bullshit fight, but it's a money grab. And this is just further proof that whatever direction Golden Boy is going, 2K said something a while back, and I agree with him 100%. He said these motherfuckers in HBO and Top Rank and Golden Boy don't have the fucking fighters in the goddamn stable no more. They don't have the fighters in the fucking stable to do shit that they're trying to do. People bring up, well, Pacquiao and Floyd made us wait. Here's the difference. When Floyd didn't get Pacquiao, because then nobody got the better leave division. When Floyd didn't get Pacquiao, he fought Miguel Cotto. He fought Canelo Alvarez. He fought Robert De Guerrero. He fought Marcos Maidana. He fought quality fucking opponents. When Pacquiao couldn't get Floyd, he did the same thing. He fought Haddon. He fought Mosley. He fought quality fucking opponents. This is not the fucking same, people. It's just not the fucking same. But
Chris Algieri and Brandon Rios are not quality opponents, dog.
Brandon Rios, wait a minute. I'll accept Brandon Rios over fucking Liam Beefy's goddamn Smith, though.
I would too.
And Brandon Rios made a comeback fight from being knocked out by Marquez. So I get that. I'm not mad about that. Chris Algieri at least did come off a big win against even Provodnikov and won. So I'll give you that. But Chavez, what the fuck has Chavez done? Shit, honest to God, what the fuck has Chavez done since Sergio Martinez surgically secured his goddamn fate?
He won 2 robberies against Brian Vera.
He got knocked the fuck out by Pompeo.
Yep, got knocked out, thank you. By Fofana. Right, that's it. So how can you justify this fight? The only way you can justify it is Mexico versus Mexico. That's the only way you can justify it.
That's all it is that it is going to sell big amongst the Mexican fans.
Yep.
And it's a money
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. You do a pay-per-view, and if this pay-per-view do 300, 400, then they're going to look at 3GG and say, hey, man, you got to take this shit Otherwise, kiss our ass. It's the numbers.
You see this motherfucker Chavez in his most recent fight at 168. This motherfucker was like he was dying at the weigh-in.
Well, that's exactly.
Face stuffed in, like this motherfucker was discolored. Like he looked like motherfucking powder. You know what I'm saying? Powder. You know what I'm saying?
The fucking weight was 169. It was a catch weight at 169, and this nigga weighed in at 168. Looked like Twan said, looked like he was dead, man. But I mean, I agree 100% with Bo. Like this, and this is I agree with Twan as well. This is a fucking money grab, right? But it would have been a great money grab if it would have happened. I mean, it would have made less money, but it would have been a better fight if it would have happened in 2010, 2009, 2011, 2012, between 154 and 160. That's when
exactly when that motherfucker could actually make a weight.
That's when he was actually still fighting. He was winning. It was before he lost to Sergio Martinez in September of 2012. I mean, that's when they were actually talking about fighting back then. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
they were talking
I do.
about that back then. Yeah, so they should have had it then. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, that actually was a close fight in my opinion. The Canelo back then versus that Chavez, that's a fucking excellent fight. But to have it today, when we've got a unfocused Chavez who, you know, hasn't looked good since Twine mentioned, since I think Twine or Bernard, since Sergio Martinez, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't looked good. After fucking Fonfara, he fought Dominic British or Bitch, whatever his name is. He fought that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he won every round, but he still looked like shit. So what's the fucking point? Before that, who'd he fight? Marco Reyes. He looked like shit in that fight, too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was hurt in that fight. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm trying to see this bullshit-ass fight. And anybody who fucking tries to support this shit, you either Mexican or biased, one or the other. Get the fuck out of here.
You know
man.
what? You know what? I wanted to say something about the money grab, and I had a weird theory on this. I can see what Artur probably is doing. He's building up Canelo to get all the money to get Chavez. That's a good Mexican versus Mexican rivalry they could do, right? So just in case he decides to throw him to Triple G in September, they'll make money off of that fight too. If they lose, they can fall back on.
Not fighting Triple G in September. He's not fighting Triple G. He's not fighting Triple G in September. He's gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders. Mark my fucking words.
Yes, he is.
He's not fighting Triple G in September. He's gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders.
I agree. Yep.
Okay. Well, I can see that. I thought I could see that. The only reason why I'm gonna disagree with that statement because I think
the pressure's on. Like, man, I don't think they can milk too much. They can't milk this too much longer, man. Like, I see where you're going, Bo, but I'm like they can't milk this too much longer. They just can't. Like, I don't know if they can push it that long. You know
they can do whatever the fuck they want, nigga. They got the power and they got the fan base. Both fighters do. They can do whatever the fuck they want. As long as they got the fan base. And what I mean by that is,
I mean, and this is why I'm like,
hold on. You know what residual income is, right? Residual income is income that keeps coming in no matter what you got to do.
The rest of your life.
This is residual fan base. These niggas could do anything, Golovkin and Canelo, and those guys will support them to the fucking end. So they could do whatever they want. They could fucking say, hey, they've already done it to us, guys. They could say, hey, we're going to fight in May of next year. Go back right after they leave the press conference. We ain't making this fight. These niggas stupid as fuck. And they don't make it. They could do the same shit again. Why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then they're already setting up Billy Ho Sanders. They setting it up. It's all over the place. I keep seeing it everywhere I go. Canelo versus Billy Ho.
The WBO definitely did that shit, man, for him. They didn't have to do much.
I know the Corrales is trying to sue the WBO to continue so he can still be the mandatory for Billy Joe.
He should. What
by
the
the
fuck
time that lawsuit go through, guess what we can have, fellas? Because Austin Trout went through the same goddamn thing.
Okay.
Very true. But you know that is some bullshit, but the WBO definitely had a hand in this, so, you know, I see where you're going with it, Bo. But I'm just like, can they really milk it like that? And I'm, because of that, I hope Danny Jacobs or Danny Eugene Rutherford. He actually earned his name. He earned his name now. He earned his name.
Hey, Twan, I'm gonna throw something at y'all real quick. Twan, don't disrespect my man like that. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous.
No. I told y'all when the fight was announced. What I told y'all, when the fight was announced, 2K was celebrating with Danny Jacobs, and he probably told us, I'm glad you found your man here, nigga. He probably
Damn.
But I'm really hoping Danny Jacobs throws a monkey wrench in all these plans, man. I really do. Because it's bullshit.
I called him my man, playfully, but in reality, we all know he about to get knocked out within 4 to 6 rounds. We all know. I don't see this nigga lasting past 4. As soon as he gets touched, fight's over. His chin is just too weak, man. It's gonna be a quick one, in my opinion. I'm glad he took the fight, though.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I hope Jacobs.
I don't think Jacobs got a weak chin, man. I think that was a fluke. I think that was a fluke. Sergio Morton knocked him down. It was a fluke, man. It was a fluke.
He's feather-fisted. Like, he's not supposed to be able to do that.
But Jacobs was coming forward, and he was leaning. So when Morton hit him, he just kind of let gravity take place and took him down.
Oh, fuck that. Sergio Morton hit that.
That's that B-Hop explanation right there.
I was put. Hit that nigga with a check left hook. The nigga can't knock nobody out with his strong hand, and he hit him with his weak hand on his back.
Damn. Damn, man. Damn.
You gonna let him do you like that, Bo? You gonna let him do you like that?
Yo.
Hey man, y'all don't get me to sound like a casual on live motherfucking radio. Fuck that.
Well, you right now you're being a casual. Well, casual has an L, and you're taking the L today, right now. So.
Yeah, I think that motherfucker need to be a casual. We got to argue that shit.
Speaking of casuals, we gonna let the casual Mr. Fuckery himself get off into this our 2016 awards, man. Shit. What we got going? Like we got what, fight of the year, comeback fight of the year, a whole bunch of shit.
Man, we got man. Of course, we got the memorial, which we lost Muhammad Ali in 2015, era prior,
right.
And Alejandro Gonzalez.
Ed Brown.
Hello?
Ed Brown.
Who?
Ed Brown.
Okay.
Ed Brown.
Ed Brown.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one we lost.
Okay. Yeah, and Ed Brown. So, on our Facebook page, I took some polls down. So for promoter/promotion company of 2016, the winner goes to Eddie Hearns and Matchroom Promotions.
Okay.
Does anybody have any want to honorable mentions? Anybody like that? Y'all feel like could have possibly?
I mean, I can't complain. Eddie Hearns' cards are stacked from head to toe, man. You know.
Hold on. Speaking of Eddie Hearns, me and Sly was in Vegas, and this fool did not know who Eddie Hearns was when all the people, the media was going around him.
Man,
so
he had long hair. He had long hair.
He had no. Okay, you know what?
His hair was longer than normal. His hair was longer than normal.
You got to understand, man. Eddie Hearns didn't have Eddie Hearns was walking by with a chicken wing in his hand, so Twan didn't recognize him.
All right, nigga. But you and your motherfucking peanut M&M trail mix eating ass gonna sit up there. This nigga said he replaced put all nuts now. Nah, you put some Skittles in that shit. I know what you did. You added some more sweets to that shit.
Reese's Pieces.
Nah, but yeah, I ain't got nothing to put. I guess I can't complain, man. Eddie Hearn's cards be stacked from head to toe, man, and like the main events may not be all that sometimes, but you know he definitely puts together full cards, and you know I can't complain. He got a nice movement going over there in the UK. He holding it down.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. I see something. Bernard, if you ever remove one of my pin posts again, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass, nigga.
What the fuck you talking about?
I'm looking at this shit right now. I'm about to put your ass back down to moderator, nigga. You no longer a participator. This motherfucker going to remove my pin post. Get the fuck out of here, little nigga. I'm about to remove this shit right now. All right, here we go.
Okay,
here we go, guys. Let's continue.
This is supposed to go on behind closed doors.
Hey, you know why? You know why they closed doors?
Into the locker room.
Because it's the movement. It's the movement. That's why. Go ahead, Bernard.
Fuck out of here.
I didn't remove it. Go ahead, man. I'm fucking with you. That boy's scared as mother.
Yo.
That boy shaking like booty meat, wasn't he?
Oh man.
Wow.
Man.
Shit. All right, my bad. Go ahead, man.
I'm about to give 2K my address, dog. Fuck this.
Man, y'all cuss too much, man. Y'all cuss too much, man. We got people that listen to this show, man. Y'all cuss too much, man.
And what's your point?
It's not after them motherfuckers. What's up? What's up, motherfuckers?
For real.
Hey, G-rated. G-rated.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Fight of the Year 2016 winner went to Keith One-Time Thurman versus Showtime Sean Porter.
Surprise. Very surprised with that one. But
I disagree, but I like it. I had Francisco Vargas, Orlando Salido. I think Bo agreed with that too as well.
Yep,
I definitely would agree with that one as well. For me, Chisora versus Dillian White, man. The T2 big niggas going at it for 12. You know, shit. That, man.
It was crazy.
That to me was, I like that. That was me. I like that fight more than anything, to see two big guys going at it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fighter of the Year in 2016, winner, Carl Frampton.
Very good. Easy choice to me. Easy choice. I've been seeing a lot of different polls from other people, and I've been questioning, like, Carl Frampton unanimously should be everybody's Fighter of the Year. Like, there shouldn't even be any question of that one.
He ain't mine. He ain't mine. I'm sorry, man. I got to give it to the guy that won the biggest fight of 2016, coming off a 2-year layoff, shoulder surgery, jumped up in weight, and beat the boogeyman, an undefeated boogeyman in boxing. I got to give it to him. So, I like Carl Frampton.
Just on the core of that one fight?
He
fought three times this year, and he fought in a weight class that was higher than his. I mean, I know Carl Frampton did too, but they both achieved the same thing if you look at it, with Andre Ward fighting more and fighting a harder opponent. That's why I think he should get it. Yeah. And he's coming off an injury. That's why he should get it.
And promotion.
You definitely made a good argument. Definitely good argument.
Honorable mentions go to Andre Ward on that one. Upset of the Year 2016, Joe Smith Jr. knocking out Fonfare in round 1.
Shit, okay. Yeah.
Hold on. No.
I said Bernard Hopkins just because he knocked him out the ring, man. Nobody saw that.
I agree.
We can basically argue Joe Smith did in the Joe Smith is pretty much I don't even know how to put it, upset Fighter of the Year, heading out L's or some shit like that.
Ended up the upsets of the year.
This one, I kind of did this on the Robbery of the Year 2016 goes to the WBA stripping Luis King Kong Ortiz of his WBA interim heavyweight championship.
I think Robbery of the Year was Maurice Hooker versus Darlise Perez.
Hold on. Fuck you, man.
I totally motherfucking agree.
No. Fuck TK for that one, man.
The reason why that is funny is because Bernard thought that fight was a draw.
I was hey, yo. I'm scared about that draw. That's 2016. Let it go. That happened in November. Let it go.
Yeah, why you bringing up those shit?
Why you bringing You're wrong for that, dog.
But you know what, though? Hold on. You know what, though? I got to make a correction. That wasn't robbery. That was not a robbery. That was not no, that fight was not, you can't say that fight was a robbery. That was not a robbery. I disagree with you saying that's robbery of the year. The reason why I'm saying that is because they didn't rob nobody. They flat out fucked him. They fucked him and didn't give him the win. They didn't rob him. They just bent him over and no Vaseline his ass and gave Hooker the win.
American ME with that jagged ass knife right up the ass.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Exactly.
All right, what else we got, Bernard?
Oh man, I got knockout of the year. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was so many knockouts this year. Gosh, I mean, but it went to Charlo knocking out J-Rock. That was the winner for knockout of the year.
I mean, I guess that's because it's the most popular, but I don't. Yeah, I'd have to do some research on that.
No,
there's been a lot of them this year, man.
Yeah.
Well, my knockout of the year was an amateur fight where this motherfucker made this nigga do the mannequin pose. That nigga did the mannequin pose.
Straight right. Hey, hold on, bro. It was a straight right.
Left, right. And nigga did the mannequin pose, and he went down in the same position. That's my knockout of the year, man.
Man, he fucked him up.
No. Knockout of the year is homie with dude told him to keep his hands up. He told him to put his down.
Yeah. That's the one I would have picked. That's the one I would have picked. I agree with Bernard on that one. That shit was fucking.
So did Jada. Wow. That motherfucker comes back and tried to throw it right and got knocked the fuck out. It was fucked up though. But yeah, man, it was, dude. If I told you the list of knockouts that I went and found, man, you had the Wilder, Spilka, Nadal, and Blanco knocking out Blanco. Canelo knocking out Blanco.
I thought Blanco was a pretty good one, but that was also early in the year. Yeah.
Hold on.
It was early in the year, man. Shit, we even had an end-down. He just had a first-round knockout that was something out of this world for him, you know. So I can see him getting it because that's what end-down.
End-down. Who did end-down beat? What was the guy named end-down beat?
Blanco.
It was somebody else just like this past week, a couple weeks ago.
No, Blanco. That's the one.
Okay.
Yo, then you had we already had the Smith and Software and Smith and Hopkins, but we had Berto knocking out Ortiz, Spence knocking out Algieri, Spence knocking out Bundu, Stevenson knocking out Williams Jr., Canelo knocking out Smith.
You know what? I would actually have to go with Stevenson and Williams. That shit was fucking out of this world the way he caught him.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot one more too.
Here we go, that Stevenson lover, man. Here we go.
Hold on.
That fucking Caribbean ass wannabe nigga.
Man, that hoe, Bobby, you.
That fucking fake Caribbean ass nigga, he killing me with this shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, then there was one more other knockout this year. HBO knocking out Pacquiao's contract after proposing a Vargas Pacquiao fight on HBO pay-per-view. Shout out to Malachi. What's up, Malachi? Shout out, what's up, baby? It's on West now.
Wow.
My foot is on your neck and I'm not letting go.
Now, you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's gonna happen, right?
Man, you can't use the show for personal grudges.
you know what's gonna happen, right? Malachi is gonna go on that show, The Divas of Boxing, and he's gonna berate you on that show.
Hey, man, you can't be using the show for personal grudges, man. Hey. Shout out to the Boxing Talk. I love y'all guys. I love what y'all do over there. Malachi, you still my boy, but I have to, slap you up. You know what I'm saying? Let you know, hey, yo.
Wow.
I ain't the one.
I heard the slap. I heard him. Yo,
for real, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Oh, man.
Stop that.
That's the ethos.
Man, where we go from here, man? Like,
Prospect of the year.
Go ahead.
Who's prospect of the year, Bernard? I said, who's prospect of the year?
Prospect of the year went to Jared Hurd, but you had
I disagree.
No, that's cool. I had Jared Hurd and Eric Lubin, but both put down another person.
Joseph Diaz.
Joseph Diaz. Yeah.
I think Joseph Diaz is past the prospect stage. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually ranked in the top 10 in his division, man, by Ring Magazine.
He's past the prospect stage, so I can't include him.
I think Jared Hurd is too. I'm about to look that shit up right now. I think
I don't think he's ready. He's ready for his step up fight. That's for sure. But I don't know if you can say he's outside of the prospect range. That's actually a pretty good one. I could see Lubin too. I like that one. I definitely like that pick.
Y'all had any other prospects, man?
I mean, who's the boy that just signed with Floyd Mayweather recently?
Yeah, he's nice. I can't remember his name.
Saul Martinez or Saul Rodriguez or something like that.
It was a Latino guy, though. You're right.
I don't think he's better than Erickson Lubin, though. Erickson Lubin Jared Hurd nor Lubin are actually ranked in the top 10 at 154 by Ring. But Erickson Lubin, honestly, should be getting a title shot next year, in my opinion. I just feel that.
I think he's due for a title eliminator. I think I may have seen something about that recently, about him he's going to be involved in the title eliminator.
Yep.
I know he's fighting on the Thurman and DSG undercard.
Yeah, that's good then.
So that was just announced as well.
Yeah, he deserves that 100%. That's why I picked him. Jared Hurd, I think he still needs another one or two step-up fights before he gets that opportunity. But I think Erickson Lubin is ready for that.
Okay.
Well, I put it in JoJo Diaz because I thought with the way the Ring, that was a favorable, in my opinion, that was a favorable ranking by the Ring for JoJo Diaz. But you know.
I think it's a good pick. I agree with you, Bo. It's a good pick. JoJo Diaz is not necessarily known by a lot of people, a lot of pundits out there.
Exactly.
But the thing is with him, he's done more than Erickson Lubin as far as prospects. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's true.
That's why I wouldn't call him a prospect of the year. He's another guy, man. You need to get that shot as well.
Yeah, he's definitely on the right. I definitely see him being past the prospect stage right now. Like, he's ready. What we got next, Bernard?
Bernard?
Yeah, my bad. That's everything I've taken down for 2016.
Okay.
I did fight of the year.
Okay, I have.
Unless y'all got something y'all want to come up.
Well, I had an award that I passed out. It's called Invisible Man of the Year, and that goes to Peter Quillen.
Hey!
That's funny.
Hey, bro, what you said, dog? I found him, dog, but you
found him, man. You sure did. You found him, man.
I found him, but he was like, yo, I gotta go.
Man.
Shoot.
He said, I gotta go.
Yo, for real.
and my comment of the year. This is my comment of the year that actually was in an article. And 2K, you're going to appreciate this. I guarantee Daniel will be 195% ready.
Oh, yeah?
That's what why I say? Why not 200%?
Yeah. And on the show, that nigga was like, why the fuck? Seth, before we actually did the show, Seth told me in the gym, he was like, bruh, did you read that article? I was like, nah, what'd it say? He's like, that nigga's trainer said 195%. Why the fuck not 200? Man, that's
yo.
Nigga will never get mad. Nigga was mad. That nigga was mad.
The fuck off. He said, what kind of fucking number? Who comes up with a number like 195?
My boy just chimed in and said Diego De La Hoya should have been on our prospect of the year honorable mention list. Diego De La Hoya.
Oh yeah,
that was actually a good call right there. So big up, my boy.
Sure is.
Big up on that one.
Not big on Diego.
Mention.
I'm not big on him, man, but I think that's a good pick, to throw in the hat. But I still go with Erickson Lubin over him. Diego De La Hoya, I think, is going to be losing pretty soon. He's 16-0 with 9 knockouts. There's a lot of flaws in his game. He's going to be losing pretty soon. So it just depends on how they handle him. Anyway, if he's fighting the best at 122, if he moves up to 126, he will take that L pretty soon.
Yeah, he definitely needs to stick around 122 for the foreseeable future. I think probably best place for him to be right now, early in his career. Shit, I guess we got our awards out the way. You got any other random ones you want to put out there, Bo?
Of course. I have one more, and this is for a very special particular motherfucker that likes to talk shit to me. This is the Failed Heritage Award of the year, and that goes to Miguel fucking Cotto.
Oh, man.
And that's for my man, Timothy Medina. Your boy, Miguel Cotto, he's disappointing, dog. He's disappointing.
Yeah. Oh, and Tim will find every reason in the book for why he just made a good call fighting fucking James.
Yo, hey, I am hoping James person knocks body Cotto, man. I am hoping.
Man. I don't even know who to pick in that fight. I don't.
It's a 50-50 fight, dog, for real. It really is a fight.
I heard the tickets may go down. To $12. 2K, you gonna buy one?
I told y'all niggas, man. I forgot one of my subscribers, man. She lives out here in Plano, kind of about 15 minutes away from where I'm at, which is I don't know who she is. But she was like, yeah. She watched my video where I said I don't want to use my electricity to even stream the fucking fight. You know what I'm saying?
You said that was going to be my podcast comment of the year. When 2K said, I got to pay my electricity bill to stream the fight. That was the funniest shit. Fucking out the door. That nigga said, I'm mad I got to use my electricity to stream the fight. That nigga said, hey, if I can go to the library and use that shit, I will.
Nigga, if my TV was battery powered, I'll watch it maybe. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I gotta pay, you know what I'm saying, an extra amount of dollars on my goddamn meter to watch this goddamn fight, nigga, it's kind of pissing me off, dog. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me mad.
Man.
She had reminded me because I got the same energy coming. She was like, yeah, I got TXU. We get free electricity after 8 o'clock. I was like, she's fucking right. I forgot about that. We do because I got the same.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So if you want to watch the Cotto fight, not burn electricity, you can fly to Texas and watch it at 2K's house.
Yeah.
It's free.
Right. Shout out to TXU energy, you know what I'm saying, with the free after 8 o'clock energy. Feel y'all. I appreciate that shit, dog. Gonna let me watch this Cotto Kirkland bullshit. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to TXU.
Hey, hold on. I got another award.
Go ahead, Bernard.
I'm gonna let y'all pick the one. Who is cherry picked 2016?
Oh man, wait, man. Do we got a candidate list? We could throw out some names
we got
for
Danny
anybody.
Garcia. We got Canelo Alvarez. Hell, we could throw Triple G.
It's not gonna be Danny Garcia. You know why?
Because he fought Robert Guerrero. He fought Robert Guerrero earlier this year.
Well, I don't like that fight, but that's better than Liam Smith. You know what I'm saying? I'm going
it's Canelo for me.
Yeah, going Canelo.
Canelo for me.
I can't say Triple G because it was a mandatory. Oh yeah, I guess I could agree with Canelo with this one with the cherry picks of the year between.
But right now,
Smith.
In 2017, Cotto has started off with the cherry pick with James Kirkland. So.
Not really, man. That might be an even fight.
Y'all are stupid, man. Call that shit 50-50, man. James Kirkland get knocked the fuck out, man. Stop it.
It's a 50-50 fight, dog.
No,
he got Aaron Wolf. He got Aaron Wolf back.
I haven't seen Cotto since the loss, man. Cotto might not be the same Cotto. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I almost say this right now.
Kirkland ain't the same James Kirkland. That nigga got
it. James Kirkland ain't the same James Kirkland.
Oh, man.
That nigga said James Kirkland ain't even the same James Kirkland, man. That's what's up, man. He got Aaron Woods back, man. She seems to bring something out of this dude, man.
I guess, if that's what y'all think. Don't
sound so enthused, nigga.
You know why, dog? Because Aaron Wolf was with him when he fought, what's that cat's name?
Shiro or whatever, yeah.
Puerto Rican cat. No, the Puerto Rican cat. It's a recent fight. It was right before
Glenn Tapia.
Yes, Glenn
Tapia. Yeah.
She was back with him when he fought Glenn Tapia. Do you see how stupid that nigga looked in that fight? Like, it was a complete slugfest. He almost got knocked out 3 times and shit before he knocked out fucking Glenn Tapia. If he go in there and fight Miguel Cotto like that, any version of Miguel Cotto, he gonna lose. Come on, man. Ann Wolf don't matter. She don't matter. I like her, but she don't matter. Hell nah. He gonna still fight the same way.
All right. So I guess we can go to our final blow. It's 2017 now, but we'll call it the final blow of 2016. And we'll let Mr. Fuckery himself take it. You know.
Man, I got you gave it to me.
Let's let him have his shining casual moment.
No.
Hold on. You got the UENO. The UENO, whatever the fuck that shit is, when you tell us some fucked up nonsense.
Shit, we could do it if y'all wanted. We could do it, but it'd be some shit from way in the past that only niggas like Scott Knight would know. You know.
Hey, Scott is my dude. Scott sends me private messages of fighters and shit all the time. That's my dude right there, man. That nigga. If you don't know your history of boxing, go fuck with Scott Knipe. He knows a lot.
That is the dude right there, man. A 101. Boxing 101, 202, 303, whatever level you want. He's big.
I want to say this before Bernard goes into his soliloquy. I just want to say, going into 2017, we're going to put things behind us in 2016. So, Jeffrey, if you listen, I'm going to invite you into the movement.
Oh, my good. Okay, let's move into the UNO segment.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow. What did you man?
Y'all niggas scared, man.
Yeah.
Yo. Why the fuck did I just get a lotion? I've been removed as admin. What the fuck is going on?
What? In ring IQ? Hey, just in case y'all didn't know, this is looking like 2017 will be the year of pettiness for the movement. The year of the petty.
This is going to be the year of the petty. So we're definitely coming up.
And we ended 2016 with the year of the petty. Thanks to Bo. Rest in peace to all the casuals in Ring IQ.
Oh.
Man. Okay. But let's get to the final blow. You threw it to me, but I'm going to do something totally different with this final blow. What thing pissed you off the most in 2016 that had your blood boiling? For me? No, I'm going to start off with me. One of the things, motherfuckers calling the Ward and Kovalev fight a fucking robbery, all because they heard Jill Lampley scream robbery. I'll say that. That's a good one. That would have my blood boiling. But they have some other things too. I go, but I'm gonna digress. I'm gonna pass it on to whoever wants to go next.
Go ahead, Twan.
I want to say the thing that still gets to me to this day, even though it's looking like it may be a thing of the past, the network war is still ruining, the growth of the sport. So that's the thing that still has me going right now. Network wars are still ruining growth, at least here within our country. I think that has a lot to do with why it's dying. The competition, dueling bouts or dueling events on the same days. I'm like, I guess I went into this before on one of my final blows, but it's got to stop, man. And I'm glad, Showtime is doing this part, but like we all said, it's a numbers game. So until that is actually skewed in the proper direction, it's going to continue to be fucked up. But I definitely don't want to see the network wars continuing to damage quality of fights, or, the growth of the sport, having to put them on pay-per-views and shit like that because of budgets. So the networks in general, that still pisses me off about the fight game right now.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. That's a good one. Bernard, yours is also good too. The only reason why Bernard's isn't my number one is because I already knew that was going to happen. I mean, and I'll say what a lot of people don't like to say or like to hear, but that happens with black fighters all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you're a part of the YTBC or the YouTube, it is one of the most racist boxing communities out there. I mean, I make a fucking video on my channel, and I've had people come on my channel and say, oh, I agree with everything. This is a true statement. I agree with everything you said, but I can't follow your channel because you're a nigger. Now, when I hear people say shit like that on my channel, and then those same collection of people are on YouTube, shouting robbery, robbery this, robbery that. I'm not saying everybody who said it's a robbery is racist. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that particular ideal of thinking is actually supported by these racist motherfuckers that are in boxing. So I already knew that was going to happen when Andre Ward beat Sergey Kovalev. It was an excellent fight. It was a very close fight. It could have gone either way, and I had no problem giving it to Andre Ward 114-113, and it should have stayed that way. But what really has my blood boiling, and it's been boiling for a very long time over the same thing, because it has not been rectified in 2016, and it probably won't be rectified in 2017, and that is ducking. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing fighters who should have gotten their opportunity to shine, a year before they actually fight another step-up fighter when they actually fought a step-up fighter the year prior. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could just name names out there. We got Luis Ortiz. We got Guillermo Rigondeaux. We've got Demetrius Andrade. I mean, I could keep fucking going. I don't want to keep going because it's going to take all fucking night. But a lot of these guys are being ducked by Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry. You know what I'm saying? And we need to, as I said before, we need to, as boxing fans, make these promoters give us the fucking fights that are supposed to actually happen. As long as us fans, we stick to fucking Cotto Kirkland on pay-per-view, we stick to fights like that, we will continue to get the shaft. Now, what fans don't understand is that we actually control what happens. It's not the networks. It's not the promoters. And the reason why we control it is because we have the fucking revenue that they're looking for. We dish out the currency and they take the revenue. So as long as we support them with our fucking money, they're going to do whatever they want to us because they always know that we will support it anyway. That's why we haven't gotten Canelo Triple G yet. Okay? Well, they're sitting there laughing at you saying, yeah, we going to let this is how they saying it, translate it. Oh, shit, we going to let this fight marinate, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Tom Loeffler, this is De La Hoya. Tom Loeffler, hey, nigga, pass me that champagne over there. Hey, give me them 2 hoes over there, too, my nigga. We going to party all night long fucking with these motherfucking fans because they too goddamn stupid to realize that we trying to make the most fucking money. Come on, people. So this type of shit right here, it needs to be rectified in 2017, and it starts with the fans. That's what's got my blood boiling.
Very good one, man. Nice. I like that one right there.
I'm gonna piggyback.
Doesn't get enough emphasis the ducking it, and it only seems like it applies to certain fighters, but it's definitely a widespread thing in the sport. So,
yep.
And you know, like TK was saying, a lot of it is the promotional base. You know, them playing us for suckers. So,
yep.
All three of y'all had excellent points. And I'm going to piggyback off what 2K said, but I'm going to come from a different angle. What burns my fucking soul is the acceptability of lack of accountability by the fucking fans for these goddamn fighters. That shit burns my soul to no end. When Danny Garcia Fiber made that comment about why fight a killer when we can get paid for Rob Soka, okay? Motherfucker should have been in his ass. When Gennady Golovkin contradicted himself about motherfucker being too small and he ain't gonna fight no small guys and didn't kill Brooks. Motherfucker should have been on his neck. Okay? When Canelo Alvarez dropped his goddamn belt, motherfucker should have been on his motherfucking neck. When you got Bob Arum saying shit about how he don't want to make this fight because it ain't gonna make his fighter look good. Okay? When you got motherfuckers saying to me, hey, look, I understand why Carl Frampton didn't fight Rigo. He get more money fighting fucking Leo Santa Cruz. Okay? Motherfuckers, these fans that accept these goddamn excuses that you know you couldn't accept yourself in every regular fucking day life. That's the shit that burns my motherfucking soul, is the acceptable excuses for the lack of accountability by these motherfucking fans. And that's the reason why you can have ducking. Like, why is it our goddamn business about how much these fuckers get paid? Why is it our goddamn business about the fucking ratings? Why is it our goddamn business, or, you know, we paying attention to what fucking Dan Raphael said, who don't break down a goddamn fight? He don't break down a fucking fight. He don't tell you shit about the fight. He'll tell you what's not good about it, but don't tell you what the fuck happened in the fight. Steve motherfucking Kim, he don't even go to the goddamn fight. He can't go to the fucking fight. So why are you listening to motherfuckers like that? When Tim Bradley sat there and said, what I need 2 belts for, more sanctioning fees, motherfucker should have been on his ass. Should have called that nigga to the carpet.
Yeah.
Legacy, money over legacy is bullshit, y'all. That's the shit that burns my ass. That's why when I hear you motherfuckers say that shit, and I'm gonna fuck who you are, I can like you or not like you, I'm gonna be on your fucking ass because that's what's fucking up this word about this. Hagler didn't do it. Sugar Ray didn't do it. Holmes didn't do it. Monzo didn't do it. Aguero didn't do it. I keep on doing. And you motherfuckers know that shit. You fucking YouTube highlight watching motherfuckers need to get the fuck out of our split and leave this bullshit alone.
Damn.
Okay.
Fuego.
Hey.
Fuego. We need to go get Bo's blood pressure medicine.
Hey, I'm about to go.
After that, we need to go get his blood pressure medicine after that, man.
Yeah, man, shit. Goddamn, bro. I was about to finish it off, but goddamn.
Well, you too goddamn old.
Straight
let that shit happen, nigga. Now we gotta go try to get your family in the house and make sure everything all right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 2K, I gotta go get oxygen tank for this nigga. Shoot, I know you have breath over there and shit. God damn.
I'm out of breath. My ass out of breath like a motherfucker.
Man,
you know what it was?
That's definitely a way to cap off 2016, though.
Hold on. I want to say
what it was? It was all them goddamn G-rated shows he be making. This nigga actually went off on this one.
Hey, yo, TK, that's that build up. He had to let it out.
Hell yeah.
I'm eating some peanut butter M&Ms and chicken mix. I'll be all right.
Now the sugar gonna be high. Shit. God damn. No, but I want to say something real quick, and I'm not gonna take long. With everything y'all just said, I think as well we're gonna have to hold accountable the journalists who keeps hating on PBC. Hold on about the PBC thing. PBC has now come back, and all their fighters will be fighting this year, hopefully, and we'll be fighting some good quality opponents as well. So we're gonna be seeing that. But let's get on. Hopefully, let's be unbiased and hold everybody else accountable, like Golden Boy, Top Rank, K2 Promotions. That's not giving them good quality matches. Hold them accountable as well. Like we did, like that's another thing that got on my nerves last year. Everybody's hating on PBC. Oh, PBC is gonna fail. PBC ain't gonna make it to January or March. Okay, PBC ain't gonna make it to April. Hell, PBC ain't gonna make it to June. Then they said, what happened again? PBC ended up.
Yeah, they had no fights at the end of the year. PBC had no fights come the end of the year.
And what happened? We got two good fights: Cuellar versus Mares. And Charlo,
yeah.
Yep.
And
let's not count what we got coming up already in the first quarter of 2017 with them. I really hope all that talk about PBC being dead or dying is done. Like I hope we really don't have to hear any of that shit at all this year.
And you know what? Yeah, and they discredited fights too as well. Of course, Fat Dan said, "Oh, Joe Smith and ain't worth watching." Right. And what happened?
It ended up being upset and knockout. Yeah, exactly.
And look at what Joe Smith's been doing. He's handing out L's. Shit. And KOs, whatever you want to call it. But shit.
Against legends at that, So, that's actually a big one right there. That is actually a good point right there, Bernard.
Mares and Cuellar. Mares is my comeback fighter of the year, man.
Oh, shit. Did we even do that award?
No, we didn't even do that. We didn't even do that.
Yeah. That's mine, too.
That's actually a good-ass call right there, man. Big up on that one. That's actually a good call. A lot of it, I thought Mares' best days were behind him, man. I had Cuellar winning the fight, in our predictions when we did our preview for the fight, and Mares took him to school, man. So, yeah, definitely good call on that one, Bo, with the comeback fighter of the year. Big up on that one. Anything else you want to add to that, Bernard? I know you were going on about
Man, no, I think we need to stay on. Let's see how PBC do. If they stick to what they plan on doing, which is having the top competition fight each other. Let's see that, and let's see if Top Rank and Golden Boy K2 follow suit as well. I would like to see that.
Exactly.
And hopefully, this issue that nobody wants to deal with Top Rank, hopefully we won't get like we did mid last year when we thought Pacquiao. We all know Pacquiao wasn't going to fight Broner, but the talks of it, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully by the end of the year, and this is just a prediction I'm predicting, I would like to see Chance Crawford versus Broner in the unification bout. If Broner does succeed passing Granadas and get a chance to get Ricky Burns, hopefully we can see that by November and December to see Broner versus Crawford, and hopefully Aaron and Heyman working together. So I want to see that too. I want to hold that. I want to hold that accountable. All promoters hold these journalists accountable this year. And hey, don't be one-sided. Be fair.
And we do not want HBO to close their doors on boxing. Let's make that clear.
No,
we don't want nobody's doors to close.
Okay,
well,
we want them to open them back up. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
To be honest with you, I really don't give a fuck because if HBO closes their doors, but I'm still able to see the same amount of boxing, I could care less. You know what I'm saying?
It would be a huge platform. You know what I'm saying? That'd be ending. You know what I mean? As long as we have something that could pick it up,
right.
it don't matter. If we could pick it up, if it's an avenue to pick it up, it'd be cool. You know,
he has been picked that shit up. That's why they've been so successful for the last 2 years. They've been picked it up. Go ahead and let HBO close them doors. Showtime and PBC will take that shit right over. They have about 11 networks under their banner. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need HBO.
Hey, that's shoot. Box gonna be on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday,
man,
Sunday
it should have never left Tuesdays, man. That's what I came up on, fucking Tuesday night fights and shit like that.
USA. Monday
I would like,
night.
I would like to see something like that done. A retro show, USA getting back in the boxing biz, Gringo Grady's ass back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be dope to see something like that.
Sean O'Grady was the shit, man. I
like
him.
That was my dude, man. I would love to see something like that done, some retro shit. USA, bringing the boxing back, piggybacking off of their wrestling. I don't know if they even still show wrestling. I know, Bernard, they still show Raw and all that.
Yeah, well, you know what? They might, they got, wrestling got it on Tuesday night now, so it's going to have to be a move. You know what I'm saying? So they on Monday and Tuesday nights on USA. So it's going to have to be like possibly maybe a Wednesday to throw boxing on there or a Thursday.
Yeah, all right, so definitely a good wrap up for 2016, y'all, man.
We got one more award that we forgot to hand out, though. We got one more award. That's the Idiot of the Year award, and that goes to Beterbiev.
Oh, my goodness.
Hold on. Do you really want to give that to Becky? Why can't you give it to Lucas Brown?
Because Beterbiev got caught twice in the same year.
So did Lucas Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in big fights, though. One against Wild and one against Deverne.
So did Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown got caught right after winning the WBA title, and then he gets caught again after actually getting an opportunity to win it again.
Oh, shit, man.
It's okay to have two winners of this.
Right. It's okay to have two winners, yeah.
Hey, well, like I say, in 2017, I would love to see Lucas Brown versus Beterbiev. That's what I want to see. I'm pushing that.
Let them motherfuckers load up, too. Let them load up.
Hell yeah. GED, baby. Hell yeah.
What Scott Knight told me, man. He's like, shit, just let them two motherfuckers fight and have them take all the shit they want to take.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Has anybody ever seen that movie, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah. You remember I clowned your boy off of that shit, looking like Captain
Inoue. The niggas gonna come in like Jekyll and Hyde and shit. They're gonna come in looking like that gentleman.
They're gonna walk in the ring looking like two big ass Banes, nigga. They're gonna have a tack on their back and shit. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh man, it's you. Oh man.
All right, but yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap up the show, man. I just want to say it's been an honor and pleasure working with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Our co-host. You know what I'm saying? Getting this movement thing started. Actually seeing it come to fruition in 2016, because he was chopping it up about it, just chopping it up, talking, and to actually see it happening and us doing it now, and the amount of the guests that we've had on our show just starting out being new, definitely feel like we got a good thing going, man, and just hopefully we can keep it going in 2017 and even build more steam, man. So I just want to say big up to y'all, and let's keep this thing going, this year, even bigger.
As the creator of this, I shall take your appreciation.
Yeah, anything in closing that my co-hosts want to say, man, shout out your channels and all that as well, your Twitter handles, I'll let y'all do that while we wrap up.
Go ahead, Bo.
Oh, yeah, you can, of course, you can follow me and my co-partner over there, Bernard, at Truth and Fact About Boxing on YouTube, or Instagram, Truth_Fact Box 1. Same thing with Twitter. And we all about the truth and facts, except when it comes to my height and weight.
Okay. Yo,
and that he ain't biased about Cuban fighters.
He admitted it. Yeah, he admitted it. He said, except from my height and weight, I got to give him an applause for that.
Yeah. Yo, and let me tag along off of that. You can follow me, him, Twine, and 2K, as well as Big Cool at the Müvment Boxing, the Müvment Boxing Facebook page. You can follow us also on SS Boxing Facebook page, as well as Talking Boxing and Bullshit page, Eastwick Boxing. Hell, whatever it is boxing, we there. So you can find us there.
Yeah.
All right, and 2K.
Yeah, no doubt, man. 2K the guy here, man, with the Gods of Boxing Talk YouTube channel with my co-host Sess. The most controversial show on YouTube, without a doubt. Obviously, I'm one of the best men on this podcast, probably the best. You know what I'm saying? Way better than Bo.
Hey.
So, nigga, hold on, wait a minute, nigga. Are you saying that you really is 6'1", 175?
Hey, I don't lie about my shit. Look, I don't lie about my shit because I'm in shape. I'm 5'11", and I currently weigh 206. There you go, nigga. That's real. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm in shape. I'm in shape, motherfucker. I'm in shape. I'm in shape, nigga. I can go to the refrigerator and back without falling out of breath.
Bo passed out at the gym, and he was all puking and shit. Yeah, man, that was yesterday, dog. I should have filmed it.
That nigga wasn't even at the gym.
Well,
I'm in shape. I'm not in boxing shape, though, but I'm in shape.
It's Bo looking like this, but it look like Bo.
Hey, boxing shape is a different animal. I ain't gonna lie about that shit, man. Hell, that's a totally different animal. I think I said that on one of my videos, man, like when I was talking about Carl Froch, because they were talking about, Carl Froch, he looks big, he's in shape. Like, no, nigga, because I'm big, I'm in shape. But if you put me in the ring, nigga, I'm only gonna last 3 fucking rounds, dog. I ain't gonna go past 3, and that's only 3 2-minute rounds. I ain't gonna go past that. Fuck that shit.
It's a 4-minute rest, goddamn it, shit.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, I appreciate getting on with you guys for 2016, man. It's a really good experience. And like Twine said, man, we've seen it come to fruition. We've got a lot of excellent guests. And there's a lot of respect out there for us, not just from my channel and the subscribers for my channel, but from a lot of other people as well that listen in. So yeah, I just appreciate you guys for doing this and keeping it up.
All right, and our boy Big Cool couldn't be on tonight, but we definitely want to hold him down. So you can check him out on Colossal Boxing Talk. You know what I'm saying? He'll be on, future week's episodes as well. So, he'll be joining us again. So just big up to him. And we're going to keep this thing going for all of us. Come together. We're the movement. Pushing this thing about boxing, man. And we're going to keep doing it hard in 2017.
Twan, tell them where they can find you at, man.
What's up? Oh, shit.
Twan, tell them where they can find you at.
WhoDab.com, man. Pushing out these articles. RockyMountainBoxing.com. I'm gonna probably try and get more active on the social media shit. That seems to be the thing. So I'll get it. I'll be pushing that shit out there in the upcoming weeks for you guys. But just thanks for supporting everybody that's been tuning in to the show and commenting and watching the videos, man. Because viewership and subscribers have been going up gradually. So we appreciate the love that's been coming out there, man. And with that, go ahead.
For everybody listening. Y'all don't really need to find Twine. He's just a moderator. Fuck that nigga. He don't do shit. Go ahead, Twine.
And the hate is real.
But in Twine's defense, man, Twine has a cold. So Twine has to take medicine. So he has to snort his crack line and eat his pork grind skins and go to sleep.
Damn. I'm not gonna take too much more of this, man. So I'm gonna just we gonna end this right here. And this is how we call finito.